Picture this: Bitcoin reaches an all-time high, only to be followed by another halving. Yes, you heard it right. In the past year, Bitcoin has experienced a surge like no other, marking an astounding 130% gain. This rally, this unprecedented high, reached a peak at a staggering $73,836 on Thursday, 14th March 24th. And if that's not impressive enough, consider this: the supply of Bitcoin in circulation is at an historic low. Long-term investors are hoarding tokens at record levels, tightening the market and leaving few sellers in their wake. Now, as we stand on the brink of a new halving, we find ourselves in uncharted territory. For the first time, a halving is following a new all-time high, flipping the script on the usual sequence of events. This is a first in the history of Bitcoin, a scenario that has never happened before. But what does this mean for the future of Bitcoin? To understand what's going on, we need to take a step back and look at the history of Bitcoin halvings. First things first, let's demystify what Bitcoin halvings are. In the simplest of terms, a Bitcoin halving is an event where the reward for mining new blocks is halved, meaning miners receive 50% fewer Bitcoins for verifying transactions. It's a mechanism that's been built into Bitcoin's protocol to control the supply and create scarcity. Now let's take a journey through time, back to the year 2012, when we witnessed the first Bitcoin halving. Back then, the block reward went from 50 Bitcoins to 25. This halving sparked a rally that saw Bitcoin's price surge from a humble $12 to an astounding $1,132. Fast forward to 2016, we saw the second halving take place. This time, the block reward was reduced from 25 Bitcoins to 12.5. Following this event, we witnessed a gradual but persistent rise in Bitcoin's price, culminating in a peak of $19,188 in 2017. Then came the third halving in 2020, where the block reward was again halved from 12.5 to 6.25 Bitcoins. This event catapulted Bitcoin's price from a modest $8,500 to over $40,000 by January 2021, reaching a staggering $67,000 in November 2021. One pattern you might have noticed is that these halvings have typically been followed by new price highs. After each halving, we've seen Bitcoin's price surge, followed by a drawdown, until the spark of the next halving ignites another rally. So, historically, halvings have been a catalyst for new price highs, but this time, the halving is following a new all-time high. So, what's different now? With the upcoming halving, we are sailing into uncharted territory. The impending event is set against the backdrop of Bitcoin's recent all-time high, creating a unique situation that sets it apart from previous halvings. This has left many wondering, what could be the potential impacts of the upcoming halving? Bitcoin's price has been on a remarkable uptrend, thanks in part to the limited supply of Bitcoin in circulation. Unlike traditional currencies, Bitcoin has a cap of 21 million coins. This scarcity is a key factor driving its value. As we edge closer to the halving, the rewards for mining Bitcoin will be cut in half, further reducing the rate at which new Bitcoins are created. This essentially exacerbates the scarcity, potentially leading to an increase in Bitcoin's price. Adding to this, long-term investors have been hoarding Bitcoin at record levels. With more than 15 million tokens held in wallets with minimal spending history, the market is tight and there are few sellers. These investors, or hodlers as they're known in the crypto world, are betting on further price increases, holding onto their coins in anticipation of new price highs. Now, the halving event itself is a significant factor contributing to the price increase. Historically, halving events have led to substantial price rallies. For instance, the first halving in 2012 saw Bitcoin's price surge from $12 to over $1,000. The second in 2016 led to a gradual rise before peaking at over $19,000 in 2017. But this time, it's different. For the first time ever, Bitcoin's halving comes right after a new all-time high. This has left many speculating on what could happen post-halving. Will we see another massive price rally? Or will the impact be more subdued due to the recent price surge? As we approach the halving, the anticipation is high, but with the recent all-time high, the outcome is anyone's guess. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: the world will be watching closely as Bitcoin continues to make history. So, what does all this mean for Bitcoin and its investors? Well, we've spent the past several minutes diving deep into the world of Bitcoin, exploring its unprecedented highs, the history of its halvings, and the potential impact of the upcoming halving. Let's take a moment to summarize these key points. Firstly, we've seen Bitcoin reach new heights, with its value surging to record-breaking levels. This surge is due in part to ongoing discussions with the SEC regarding spot Bitcoin ETFs, a tight market with few sellers, and the anticipation of the upcoming halving event. Secondly, we delved into the history of Bitcoin halvings. These events, which occur approximately every 4 years, have consistently preceded new price highs. But this time, things are a bit different. We're approaching a halving event right after Bitcoin has hit an all-time high, marking an unprecedented situation. Then we discussed the potential impacts of the halving on the price of Bitcoin and the market. Historically, halving events have been followed by significant price increases. But given the already high value of Bitcoin, it's tough to predict what will happen next. Lastly, we touched on the excitement and uncertainty surrounding the upcoming halving. Will it lead to another massive price surge? Or will we see a more moderate increase, or even a dip? What we do know is that long-term investors are holding onto their tokens, indicating a strong belief in the future of Bitcoin. And with the supply of Bitcoin hitting historic lows, the demand may continue to drive the price up. While the future of Bitcoin remains uncertain, one thing is clear: we are witnessing a historic moment in the world of cryptocurrency. And as always, only time will tell what the next chapter holds for Bitcoin.